Yes, this is a sock. It's so that's not as bad. You're listening to, or I guess watching in this case, the Tagline with Jarrett and Logan, previously a show on our school radio station, but now it's a whole YouTube channel where we do whatever this is. To review, we are each uploading one video a week. Logan gets Mondays, I get Thursdays. Videos are no longer than 4 minutes, and they can be about whatever is going on in our lives. So, Logan, I'm going to tell you what's been going on in my life, and that is apparently voluntarily writing book reports. Give me a second to explain myself. So, Logan, I'm starting a master's degree, as you well know, which means I have to read a lot, like way too much. I decided that I'm going to start reading a little bit over the summer, and hopefully by the time I get back into school, the reading for school will be less annoying, but that means that I'm going to subject you to all the books that I read this summer and what I took away from them in less than 4 minutes, of course. We'll see if this fits into one video or not. The first book I read was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. If you know this book, you probably know the other Hunger Games books, and the movie is originally what inspired me to read it. I love the movie, love the book even more. I think it works a bit better just because you can hear Corio's thoughts, but it makes more of his decisions obvious and like in character and a lot more powerful. One thing that I did notice about this is that the main character, Coriolanus Snow, who later goes on to be a dictator, frankly kind of justifies his evil actions because of desperation, which I think is what Suzanne Collins is trying to present, is that desperation and being a victim is not justification for bad. We should choose morality over comfort and pride. I thought that was really interesting. The next book I read, which I started over the semester, you will recognize this one, Logan. It is The Mothman Prophecies by John Keel, and it is quite the insane book in the best and the worst ways. There's a lot of rambling, and it's kind of fun to read, but also I think this book works best when it's actually telling the story of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, because that's like what the whole point of the book. But you kind of forget that because he keeps rambling on about everything else that he's discovered. But one thing that I took away from it is that there are clearly a lot of things going on around us that we don't fully understand. Just, double check your sources to not sound like a crackpot. Next book is kind of the start of the Christian books that I read this summer. The first one was The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. It is kind of like the Divine Comedy for the modern age. I love this little booklet. It's only like 150 pages because it focuses on the things that prevent us from fully committing our faith in God. There's so many takeaways in this book, but one that stands out to me is that human depravity goes far beyond where we first assume, and that without God, nothing good can be good. The next one I read is Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, which could fill several videos if I'm not careful. It's ridiculous how C.S. Lewis can present the fundamentals of the faith in such a conversational sort of way. The takeaway from this would probably take too long to go into, but essentially, in the ways that we try to serve God, if they are not founded on our full surrender to Him, are still going to be selfish. That's my summer book list. Now, Logan, you must read all of them. That is the contractual agreement for you watching this video. I just started my new semester yesterday, which means that it's been 1 day since my new season of life, and it's been 110 days since graduation, which feels weird. But until next Monday, Logan, don't just count your days, live them.